Hi there and welcome to another episode here on Bustthenet, brought to you by One Football App. It's a chance for me to head on down to the Ajax Diaries. And yes, I've just released the book, or I hope it's been released, because I'm going to be talking about the book, and I hope that it's out because it's supposed to go out when the patch is out. So if the patch isn't out, I'm so sorry. But then again, then it gives you a chance for you to watch a video about a tactic that's in the book that you might be able to use if you wanted to. Now, so convoluted. Okay, anyway, I've got lots of tactics in the book, about not that many, only 18 tactics, but some are multiple versions of the same tactic, just with different styles to get a different effect. Now, here I have a tactic I like to call Draco's Dungeondeep. I mean, I wanted to find a way to not... I did it to myself. I was thinking, Draco's Dungeondeep, say it quickly, see whether you can get the S in there. So I'm like, Draco's Dungeondeep. Okay, that little tactic. Okay, so it's there, right? Okay, so I'm going to use it with Ajax. We got a game against Gelsenkirchen. Oh my goodness, the names in this game. All right, and it's a 4-2-3-1. Simply put, this is more like a system that's a defensive system, but with a bit more punch, right? Okay, so you've got a wing back on attack. I've got another 4-2-3-1 which is deep, called some other name. I can't remember. I think it's called Draco's Deep. Yeah, so it's just Draco's Deep. This is Dungeondeep. When you're playing with an inverted wing back, you have to remember that when you play with two defensive midfielders, the inverted wing back doesn't take the space. So I guess you've got two defensive midfielders. So what I'm doing with this tactic is giving me the option, the really easy option of just changing this role. So if I go into a game and I decide, okay, fine, I want this guy to come into this hole here, then all I do is I change this guy to a Mazzala on support. So I push him further forward. He becomes a Mazzala on support. And when that happens, the attacking movement is going to look something like this. The wing back goes here. Inside forward is sitting narrower. We get something like this in the opponent's half, and then we got the inverted wing back coming here. We get something like this going on. Then this guy becomes a Mazzala and he ends up here. So I get this kind of control over the pitch. So essentially, I'm creating almost what could be considered a double overload, provided I can keep control of the ball. Now, because we're playing so deep, first touch is going to be important. A lot of little things are going to be important. So in today's game, what you're going to see is me starting out with a inverted wing back on defend duty, and then as the match progresses, I need to make changes to my tactic. So it'll be interesting. It does create some interesting variations depending on the tactic you're playing against, right? So we got also wing on attack, inside forward and support, sitting narrower, so that there's space for this wing back. Then we got a attacking playmaker and a complete forward. Now the complete forward is a very demanding role, so if you don't have a player for it, change it, please change it to a poacher. Alright, so shouts, work ball into box, play narrow, push high up, use offside track, roll from positions, prevent shot goalkeeper distribution. So depending on what the AI is playing, we are playing narrower, which is going to emphasize that I use the volante more. So the more the play will go through the middle. Now, let me make sure that the right players on the coming to play the game. Shehouse, Dykes, Cherne, Verba, Shone, Mateo Caracera. No, I don't need you. Lorenzo Cristico. What are you doing on the bench? You should be here. Okay, so there you go. The boys are all set, and we're gonna approach the game. So we play narrow. Kind of okay. We're not playing narrow. Why? There's a simple reason. There's a danger. I mean, okay, slight danger with these two. When I'm attacking the boys, so they come back in defense. So whether or not they get back in time is a question. But these three, the spaces here, we're not going narrow. Tactic, we are going. Okay, I'm gonna try at the start. I don't want to push out and go wide straight. I just want to go balance. And we'll start out like that, and then for the start of the game, probably flexible, maybe because we did beat them the first round. So no team talks apparently. Okay, so I'm an idiot. All right, hard with the ball. Verhever reads that to Onana, takes a long boot out to Kluivert, now to Dolberg. Dolberg holds the ball up, finds David Neres. Good football, all bunched up nicely. Look at where the halfback is. The inverted wingback is sitting wide, playing very much like a defensive fullback. He's not pushing into the defensive midfielder slot because there are already two defensive midfielders there. This is done by design by the SI developers. But I want him because I want him to play in this role because of his simply because of the PIs now. So his positioning is going to be up and down the flanks. I should include that in the book. I should explain why you don't see him in that position. Ziyech crossing. Oh man, doesn't go there. This is one time when I'm using the roll and we're not going to get the desired effect, which is inverted wing back. But what's going to happen is because he's sitting narrower, he's going to be closing down this area where Van der Beek is. Christie, Ziyech to David Neres, but he will act as a fullback. But he has an inverted wing back on defense, so we don't get him. He doesn't go overlapping, so to speak. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go fluid. And we are definitely going to go wider. Oruela out to Dalit, to David Neres, to Van der Beek. Kluivert shoots, gets the goal. And we've taken the lead against Gelsenkirchen. The thing here is that now the inverted wingback is not gonna overlap. Now, if you played him as an inverted wingback on support, then he's gonna start behaving like a wingback on support. So he's gonna overlap instead of hitting the middle. So if you want him to hit the middle, then you can't use two DMs. You can only use one DM. So if you wanted him to overlap now, the way to do it would be to take this player, push him here, and turn this guy into a central to Mazala on support. Now what's going to happen is this guy's going to come here. Ziyech to Veltman, Veltman to Kluivert, Kluivert to Verheerver. Now you notice where Verheerver is popped up. He's gone right into the middle. Nastasic to Novak. Verheerver clears the ball. And the shot is cleared. Dolberg with the free kick goes over the top. So there's a slight variation in, like, using the same tactic, but now I don't want to make too many changes. So we got a volante. Now if you don't want to use a volante, you could do this. Then you get a slightly different variation of 4-2-3-1, which still works for me. A throw into the box. The keeper makes it his own. Onana to Dalit to Veltman. You notice where Verheerver is right now, but he's given the ball away. Oh boy. Here we go. Onana with the ball. Dolberg to Shearhouse. Shearhouse to Tierney. Notice now how the boys are defending. 1-2, halfback is here, and the inverted wingback is here, creating for you a nice little quadrangle. Alright, yeah, whatever you want to call this. To Ziyech. And it's a second goal. I thought it was a third, but it was a good goal. So you get another goal. And as long as they play a 3-man backline, I'm smiling. Into the box. Cleared. Dolberg heads it off. Nastasic out to Gaze, to Verheerver, to Van der Beek. And we take a 2-0 win away from home and continue. Not too bad. So the tactic that I'm using is pretty simple, right? So we have an inverted wingback who will not come inside this position unless we move him here. So when I'm playing the game, sometimes I just leave it like this because he doesn't go very far forward. But if I need to, and I feel like I need that little difference in my tactic, then what I do is I just change his role without changing anything much. I can go Mazala support or Mazala attack. So just leave it here, and then the inverted wing back now drops into this hole. So it's not that difficult. So you can actually vary Draco's Dungeondeep and you can create a different look to your tactic almost immediately. For our second match, we're going to be playing a slight variation tactic I like to call Draco Deep. Now, Draco Deep is a slightly more attacking because now we've got wingbacks, so we're actually going to bomb forward. And the other thing here is the roll up top, sent complete forward. Now, the complete forward is a really demanding role, so you don't just toss anybody and say, hey, guess what, today you're going to be a complete forward. Nope. I like players with a decent amount of current ability to play. Now, he can't play this role, so I'm going to ask him to become a poacher. That's it, because his attributes aren't there. He doesn't have the strength to play as a complete forward. Then we've got Tierney, Ziyech, Kluivert, Van der Beek, Christie, Verheerver, Werber, Dalit, and Orejuela. Orejuela is at 88%, so we're going to ask Veltman to play there instead. We've got Kasper Dolberg available, but I want to keep him on the bench for this match. Yeah, I mean, any reason why? No, actually. Kasper Dolberg, go and play. So I'll stick with Casper Dolberg. Then I can get my complete forward on support, so we can see what the tactic looks like. What an idiot I'm turning out to be today. All right, David Neres won't be fit for this game. Would I use Amin Younes? Maybe, but that's all he's got. Yeah. So I'm not a big Amin Younes fan, so I wouldn't be using him. It's got nothing to do with him personally. Van der Beek. Also, Van Leer, the keeper. Oh, Veltman, go talk to him. Sort him out. Okay. Alright, that should be done. I don't even need to read what's happened. So, now we're all getting ready for the match against Groningen, who are third on the table. Alright, so, Ajax Groningen. This will be quite the match. Justin Kluivert is not fully fit, but I don't care. Get out there, play. Then we'll change. We will switch. We'll take him off. We're so optimistic about our game today. Verman back to Warma Drum. Oh, you can see now. Oh my goodness, we got two tactics like that. This is a concern for me because they got Labiad and Idrissi. I've got two wingbacks who are attacking. So what happens when I have two wingbacks who are attacking? Now, if they don't come out, and maybe my players can defend against this because of the halfback, but it's still a risk. Here we go. See, my halfback has come here, so that's not too bad. So as you can see, my halfback has taken up this position. Veltman inside the box. It's an opening goal for Justin Kluivert, and we have taken the lead. This is my more attacking variation of my 4-2-3-1 with wingbacks now giving a lot of width. Now Veltman comes inside the box, drops in across, Kluivert gets in to score. I just want to stick around. Ziyech to Dolberg. Dolberg shoots. Oh, it's a free kick. Justin Kluivert, 57%. I should never have brought him, but he's got a goal. He's not 100% fit, but I will take him off very soon. He will not see the start of the second half. I mean, he will see the start of the second half. He won't play the start of the second half. What a terrible thing to say. Ziyech to Van der Beek to Kluivert. Kluivert with the ball. Now you can see the wingbacks providing the width along the length of the pitch. Cherney in for Dolberg. And it's a second goal for Kluivert. He definitely wants to get his hat-trick before the half is out. That was definitely delightful. Kluivert with the ball to Ziyech. Ziyech out wide to Cherney. Cherney holds the ball up. We've got wingbacks in support. Dolberg, the complete forward, puts it in the box. Now, if I were to put Sierhouse there, and he's not good enough, that would be a big issue for us. Okay, all right, Kluivert. I think half-time will come. We'll take you off at the end of the half. And I shall put... even the rest is not 100%. So, this is... okay, so what do? I'll push Dolberg out. Or rather, Cherney will come here as a winger. Now here I'll be looking at what foot he has. I think Cherney is a left, so he can't cross. So you come back here again. Dolberg is right-footed, if I'm not mistaken. So you can kind of look at his personality. He's light-hearted. Personality changed. That was I'm really annoyed with that. Okay, so we're now going to change him to a poacher. And yeah, that should be fine. Team talk. Keep quiet. When you're 2-0 ahead, you don't have to say much. Veltman playing the ball. Now we have a poacher. Now poacher is going to play differently from the complete forward. The complete forward can be more of a, if he's got good teamwork, decision making, and he's got all the good attributes, right? Then he can actually get others involved into play and score goals. Now, when you don't have a player like that, it's not there is no big issue in the game. It's not the end of the world because if you don't have a player that has those kind of attributes to play in their role, then go with the poacher. The poacher is a beautiful role. It's my favorite role. One of my favorite roles in the game. It's so simple, and I've seen a lot of people complain about long shots right in the game. So when a poacher, sometimes the poachers don't even take the shot. What they do is they go run wide with the ball, and then they get into positions to cross the ball. So I love the poacher. So we got a good 3-0 lead. Ajax leading now. Christique with the ball. What's he gonna do? He lays out Van der Beek. Van der Beek makes it 4. Groningen are getting smashed. two defensive systems, but guess one is literally all over Groningen. Ziyech with a corner. The corners are also in my I've uploaded. Basically the tactic will come with the set pieces as well, so you just need to make sure that you have the right players in those set pieces. Yeah, so whenever there's a breakaway, you want the player that's at the top of the penalty box, for example. You want that guy to be fast, good first touch, and is able to pass the ball to the guy who's get forward instruction. The get forward instruction, well, he has to be able to accelerate and cross and do all kinds of things with the ball. So while we've been chatting, they've scored another goal. Casper Dolberg creates 2 goals. Donny van der Beek has scored twice. Kaj Sierhuis has got has also gotten on the goal sheet, and Ajax are running rampant over FC Groningen. Verber to De Ligt back to Onana. This is why I like the halfback. This is one of the reasons why I love. Okay, some people want him to push further out, but it's not the end of the world for me, because this is the game. This is how SI designed the game. So I'm like, okay, fine, I can understand why. Because nearer the goal, they are narrow. The further up they go, the wider they get. So whenever they get close to goal, it's kind of a design thing. As a team is closer to their own goal, they tuck inside, and as the further out they go, they get wider. So for me, this is fine. De Ligt now with the ball, plays it out to Černý, to Veltman, to Ziyech to Černý to Van der Beek out wide to Veltman. Veltman gets in the position. This is Dolberg. It gets to Van der Beek. Somebody wants a hat trick. Ziyech to Veltman. Veltman crosses. Černý can't bury that shot. The boys are 5-0 up and camping. Christique with the ball out to Dolberg. And I have roamed from positions in quite a few of these 4-2-3-1s, because by the time we get there, chances are the AI is already camped. So, yep. Oof, that was a good game. So let's take a look at certain things in this tactic. So the team analysis, I want to look at the passing combinations of Ajax. So as you can see, the passing combinations are pretty solid. This is one of the wing backs, Jo Veltman, and here you can see Hakim Ziyech and Donny van der Beek. These are your playmaker is in the top 3. Basically, he's playing a big part. So we got Hakim Ziyech and Donny van der Beek, both of them, dictating a big part of the play in this with this team. So this is one of the ways I use the system here. Ajax's 4-2-3-1 was attacking in orientation. However, it's set up in such a way that we still have a defense. We can still keep a strong defensive shape. However, if this team had been, I was more worried about them counter-attacking us, but they never really got much of a chance to counter-attack, because every time they cleared the damn ball, we ended up with these 2 guys mopping up, and with our halfback in this position, it was pretty hard for them to go through the middle. So overall, it's been okay. Not a bad win. Well, overall, just to recap, the tactic doesn't need very, this is a fairly attacking tactic with roam from positions, work ball into box, play narrow, push high up, use offside trap, roam from positions, prevent shot goalkeeper distribution. It has this guy sitting narrow. It has this guy marking tighter. It doesn't have this guy marking tighter because, honestly, he's a wingback on support, so I don't think he needs one. Winger on attack, AP on support, and a complete forward on support. So there are no play instructions except for 1 or 2 sparing play instructions. Distribute the centre backs and take short kicks. So that's basically it with Draco Deep. So I've covered Draco Dungeondeep and Draco Deep on this show. Well, I hope you enjoyed this edition of the Ajax Diaries. I decided to do it with a twist and introduce some of the tactics that are in the book that is, I hope, is already out. If it's not out, then it should be out soon. When the winter patch goes out, so will the book, or close to it at least. I don't know how it's going to work because I'm trying to automate the process. So I have absolutely no clue what I'm doing with this giveaway. The first time I'm doing a giveaway. So I'm hoping it works. So if you like the show, please subscribe, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Let me know what you think of the book as well, if it's out or when it's out, or I hope so. So please follow me on Twitter at Bustthenet or addicted2fm.com. That's my website. Once again, I'd like to thank all my patrons that continue to support this channel and make these kind of shows possible for the rest of the community. You guys take care, have a good one, and I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.